Jordan raced down the forest path, sneakers crunching through fallen leaves, backpack bouncing with each step. The old oak trees seemed to lean in closer today, their branches creating a green tunnel overhead. A flash of purple caught the corner of one eye. Was that a butterfly or something else entirely? "Wait for me," called Sam from behind, but the mysterious flutter had already disappeared deeper into the woods. The path split in two directions. The left trail led home to video games and leftover pizza. The right path curved into shadows where the trees grew thick and strange. Purple light flickered again between the trunks. "Did you see that?" Sam panted, finally catching up. "It looked like the trees were glowing." They stood at the crossroads, hearts still racing from the run. The afternoon sun painted golden stripes across the forest floor, but through the right-hand path those stripes shimmered with colors that didn't quite belong. Violet, silver, and a blue so deep it might have been borrowed from midnight. "We should go back," Sam said quietly. "Mom said dinner's at 6. But the forest seemed to hum with invitation. A breeze that smelled of cinnamon and rain rustled through the leaves, carrying the faintest sound of— was that laughter? Jordan took 3 steps down the mysterious path, then stopped. The trees here wore moss like velvet cloaks, and tiny mushrooms dotted the ground in perfect circles. Everything felt different, older, wilder, more alive. 5 minutes, came the decision. Just to see what's making that light. They crept forward together, passing under an archway formed by 2 trees whose branches had grown together over centuries. The moment they stepped through, the forest transformed. Flowers bloomed in impossible colors, turquoise roses, golden violets, silver daisies that chimed like bells when the wind touched them. The path beneath their feet wasn't dirt anymore, but something that sparkled like crushed pearls. And everywhere, absolutely everywhere, floated tiny lights like fireflies made of pure starlight. "Welcome, young travelers." A rabbit hopped onto the path ahead, but this was no ordinary rabbit. Its fur shimmered with rainbow patterns, and it wore a tiny vest made of maple leaves. It stood on its hind legs and gave an elaborate bow. "I'm Bramble, keeper of the grateful garden. You've found the entrance to the whispering woods where every thankful thought becomes magic." Sam grabbed Jordan's arm. Did that rabbit just talk? Indeed I did. Bramble's nose twitched with amusement. "Everything speaks here if you know how to listen. The trees tell stories, the flowers sing songs, and the streams share secrets. But only those who appreciate the ordinary world can see our special one." Jordan knelt down to Bramble's level, wonder replacing surprise. The rabbit's eyes held depths of wisdom despite their small size. "Is this real?" "As real as sunrise, as true as friendship, as certain as the way hot chocolate tastes better with marshmallows." Bramble hopped in a circle. "But I sense you're both in a hurry, always rushing, never noticing. Tell me, what did you see on your way here today?" But which trees? Did you notice the oak with the door-shaped scar where lightning kissed it? Did you see the family of blue jays teaching their babies to fly? Did you spot the patch of wild strawberries hiding beneath the ferns?" They shook their heads, feeling a bit foolish. They'd run past all of it without looking. Bramble's expression grew serious. "The whispering woods are fading, you see. When people stop appreciating the everyday magic, our special magic grows weak. The lights dim, the colors fade, the voices quiet. Soon, we'll be just another story nobody believes." "But how do we help?" The question burst out before Jordan could stop it. "Would you like to try?" Bramble's ears perked up. "There's a challenge, of course. Nothing good comes without effort. You must find the heart of gratitude before sunset. That's in exactly 1 hour. It's hidden somewhere in these woods, and the only way to find it is to truly see and appreciate what's around you." "What happens if we don't find it?" "Then you return to your world and forget this ever happened. The woods will fade a little more, and later." Bramble's voice trailed off sadly. Sam and Jordan exchanged glances. Video games and leftover pizza suddenly seemed less important than saving an enchanted forest. "We'll do it," they said together. Bramble's face lit up. Wonderful. Remember, gratitude is the key. Look with your hearts, not just your eyes. The forest will guide you if you let it. With another bow, the rabbit hopped off the path and vanished among the silver daisies. Jordan studied the woods with new attention. Each tree was unique. This one had bark like dragon scales. That one grew in a perfect spiral. Overhead, leaves rustled out a rhythm that almost sounded like music. Listen, came the whisper. The oak trees are drumming. They followed the sound deeper into the forest. The drumming led to a grove where the trees grew in a circle, their roots forming natural steps up to a platform of woven branches. Sitting on the platform was a squirrel with fur like spun gold, sorting acorns into piles. "Excuse me," Sam called up. "We're looking for the heart of gratitude. Can you help?" The squirrel paused its sorting. "Help? Help? Do you know how many acorns I have to organize before winter? 17,432, and that's just for my family. No time for helping, unless—" "Unless what?" "Unless you appreciate my problem." The squirrel's tail twitched. Everyone thinks squirrels just play all day. Nobody sees the work we do, planning for seasons ahead, remembering where we bury each treasure. If you can show me you understand, maybe I'll share what I know. Jordan climbed the root steps carefully, Sam close behind. From up high, the squirrel's workspace was revealed intricate patterns of acorns, sorted by size, quality, and type. Maps made of twigs showed burial locations. Tiny leaf calendars tracked the seasons. "This is amazing," Sam breathed. "You're like an architect and a mathematician and a weather forecaster all in one." The squirrel's eyes widened. You really see it?" "Look at this system." Jordan pointed to the acorn piles. "Each one sorted perfectly. And these maps, you must have an incredible memory to track all these locations. I can barely remember where I left my homework." The golden squirrel stood taller, fur fluffing with pride. 27 years I've been perfecting this system. My grandmother taught me, and her grandmother taught her. We remember every tree, every season's yield, every hiding spot that stays dry through winter storms." "Thank you for keeping the forest fed through winter," Sam said sincerely. "Without you, so many animals would go hungry." The squirrel's expression softened. A tear like liquid sunlight rolled down its furry cheek. "In all my years, no human has ever thanked me for my work." Here, it pulled out an acorn that glowed with soft green light. "This is a way-seeker acorn. Plant it in the ground, and it will grow an arrow pointing toward what you seek. But remember, it only works for those who appreciate small things." They climbed down carefully, the precious acorn cradled in Jordan's palm. At the base of the tree platform, they pressed the acorn into the soft earth. Right away, a green shoot sprouted, growing into a sapling in seconds. Its branches all bent in one direction, toward a path lined with singing flowers. Following the tree's guidance, they discovered each flower had its own voice. Roses hummed lullabies, daffodils whistled jaunty tunes, and bluebells rang out clear notes like their namesake. But as they walked deeper, the music grew sadder. "Why do you sing such lonely songs?" Jordan asked a drooping lily. "Because no one listens anymore," the lily sighed, its petals trembling. "Children used to stop and smell us, admire our colors, thank us for our beauty. Now they rush past with eyes on screens, ears full of electronic noise. We sing and sing, but who hears?" Sam knelt beside the flower bed. "We hear you. Your song sounds like the first day of spring after a long winter." "And you," Jordan told the purple cosmos, "you sound like laughter at a birthday party." One by one, they listened to each flower song, finding the perfect words to describe the music. With each compliment, each moment of true attention, the flowers stood taller, their colors grew brighter, their songs more joyful. "The heart," sang a chorus of tulips. "You seek the heart of gratitude? Follow the butterflies, but only the ones whose wings carry maps." As if summoned, a cloud of butterflies rose from the flower meadow. Most were ordinary, beautiful but ordinary. but 3 had wings painted with intricate designs that looked like treasure maps, complete with tiny X marks and dotted trails. "There," Sam pointed as a map-winged butterfly danced past. "And there's another." The butterflies led them on a winding chase through the woods, under ancient roots that formed natural bridges, around a pond where frogs played instruments made of reeds, past a hollow tree where 3 owls were having a tea party with acorn cap cups. Jordan skidded to a stop at the owl tree. "Wait, should we dash?" "Join us," hooted the largest owl, whose feathers had a professor's distinguished gray. "We're discussing philosophy. Today's topic, does wisdom come from experience or observation?" "We'd love to, but we're following butterflies to find the heart of gratitude," Sam explained. "We only have—" A glance at the sky showed the sun sinking lower. "Maybe 20 minutes?" "Ah, rushing again," tutted the middle owl. "Always rushing? But did you notice the butterflies led you here for a reason?" The 3 map-winged butterflies had settled on the owl's tea table, wings spread to reveal their patterns. When placed side by side, the 3 maps formed one larger image, a map of the Whispering Woods with the heart's location clearly marked. "But we need to hurry," Jordan started. "Stop." The smallest owl, barely bigger than a teacup, spoke with surprising authority. "This is your problem, young humans. Rush, rush, rush. The heart of gratitude cannot be found by hurrying. It can only be discovered by those who take time to appreciate the journey." The Professor Owl nodded. "Tell us, what have you learned so far? Not where you've been, but what you've noticed, appreciated, understood." Sam and Jordan looked at each other, then began to share. They told the owls about Bramble's wisdom, the squirrel's dedication, the flower's lonely songs. They described the drumming oak trees, the rainbow rabbit, the way the forest light danced between purple and silver and midnight blue. As they talked, something magical happened. The butterfly maps began to glow, their lines growing clearer and brighter with each observation shared. "You see?" The teacup owl's eyes sparkled. "Gratitude isn't just saying thank you. It's truly seeing, truly noticing, truly understanding the value in what surrounds us. The map only reveals itself to those who've learned this lesson." Jordan studied the completed map with new understanding. The heart wasn't far, just through the crystal grove and past the wishing well. But now the journey felt different. It wasn't about reaching the destination quickly, but about appreciating each step. "Thank you," Sam told the owls, and meant it. "For the tea party invitation, for the wisdom, for helping us see what we were missing." "That's the spirit." The Professor Owl raised his acorn-capped teacup. "Remember, magic isn't just an enchanted forest. It's in every forest, every garden, every single leaf, if you know how to look." They left the owls to their philosophy and followed the glowing map. The crystal grove was breathtaking. Trees made entirely of living crystal that chimed in the wind like 1,000 tiny bells. Each one reflected memories. Jordan saw the time Mom taught how to ride a bike, patient and encouraging through every wobble. Sam glimpsed Dad's proud smile at last year's science fair. "I never thanked them," Jordan said quietly, watching Mom's reflection steady the bicycle again and again. "Not really. Not for the little things." "Me neither," Sam admitted. "Dad helped with that project every night for weeks. I just complained about bedtime." They walked slowly through the grove, each crystal tree showing moments of kindness they'd overlooked, help they'd taken for granted, love they'd forgotten to appreciate. By the time they reached the other side, both had tears on their cheeks. Not sad tears, but the kind that come from suddenly seeing how rich your life really is. The wishing well stood in a clearing where fireflies danced in spirals. It wasn't grand, just a simple stone circle covered in soft moss, filled with water so clear it might have been liquid starlight. But there was no sign of the heart. "Maybe we're too late," Sam said, checking the sky. The sun touched the treetops, painting everything gold and rose. "Or maybe," Jordan said slowly, "we're looking for the wrong thing." They sat beside the well, thinking. What was the heart of gratitude? Not a jewel or treasure that seemed too simple for the Whispering Woods. Not a magical artifact either. What if... Sam started, then stopped. This sounds silly, but what if it's not a thing at all? Jordan's eyes widened with understanding. Together they looked into the well's perfect mirror surface. Two faces looked back. Familiar faces, but somehow different. These faces had noticed the beauty in silver daisies, heard the music in flower songs, understood the value of a squirrel's patient work. The heart of gratitude, they said together, is us. It's anyone who learns to truly see. The moment the words left their lips, the whispering woods exploded with light. Every tree glowed from within, every flower burst into rainbow blooms, every stream sang with joy. Bramble appeared at the well's edge, no longer just rainbow fur, but shining like a small sun. "You found it!" The rabbit danced in circles. "Oh, you wonderful, clever children! You found the truth!" "But we didn't bring back anything," Jordan protested. "How does this save the woods?" "Don't you see?" Bramble's eyes sparkled with happy tears. "You're bringing something back. You're bringing eyes that see magic in ordinary things, hearts that appreciate daily wonders. Every time you notice a beautiful sunset in your world, our sunset grows brighter. Every time you thank someone for small kindnesses, our kindness flowers bloom. Every time you see the special in the ordinary, our magic grows stronger." The golden squirrel scampered up, followed by the singing flowers who had apparently uprooted themselves for the occasion, the three owls, and dozens of other woodland creatures Jordan and Sam hadn't even met yet. "Will we remember?" Sam asked anxiously. "When we go home, will this all fade away?" "Look at your hands," suggested Teacup Owl. They looked. On each palm glowed a small mark, like a compass rose made of light, barely visible but definitely there. "The mark of the grateful heart," Bramble explained. "It will remind you, when the world seems dull or difficult, that magic is always there for those who look. And whenever you need us, whenever you want to visit, just follow your gratitude back to the woods. The path will always be open for you." The sun slipped below the horizon, but the woods didn't grow dark. Instead, they glowed with the soft light of thousands of fireflies, millions of stars, and the warm radiance of grateful hearts. "We should go," Jordan said reluctantly. "Mom really will worry if we miss dinner." "But we'll come back," Sam added quickly. "Tomorrow and the next day." "Whenever you like," Bramble assured them. "But remember, you don't need to come here to practice gratitude. Your world is full of wonders, too. Notice them. Appreciate them. Thank them. That's how the magic spreads." They said goodbye to each creature, thanking them all again for the lessons learned. The path home appeared, lit by helpful fireflies, and seemed much shorter than before. Or perhaps they just weren't rushing now, so the journey felt different. At the fork in the path where their adventure began, Jordan and Sam paused. The ordinary forest trail looked different now. They could see the oak with the lightning scar that Bramble had mentioned, noticed the blue jay family settling in for the night, even spotted those wild strawberries beneath the ferns. "Race you home?" Sam suggested, then laughed. "Actually, let's walk. I want to see what else we missed on the way here." They walked home slowly, pointing out mushroom circles that might be fairy rings, listening to the evening songs of regular birds that suddenly didn't sound so regular anymore. By the time they reached Jordan's front door, they'd found 17 beautiful things they'd never noticed before, even though they'd walked this path 100 times. "Jordan, there you are." Mom opened the door, looking relieved. "I was starting to worry. Did you have a good adventure?" "The best," Jordan said, and surprised Mom with a huge hug. "Thanks for letting us explore, and for making pizza, and for everything." Mom blinked, clearly puzzled, but pleased by the sudden affection. "Well, you're very welcome. Both you wash up for dinner. Sam, I called your mom. You can stay if you like." Over pizza, which tasted better than usual somehow, they tried to act normal. But Jordan kept noticing things. How Mom had cut the pizza into perfect triangles. How she remembered Sam liked extra cheese. How the kitchen smelled like home and safety and love. "You're being awfully quiet tonight," Mom observed. "Everything okay?" "Everything's perfect," Jordan said, and meant it. That night, after Sam had gone home and the dishes were done, Jordan sat by the bedroom window. The mark on one palm still glowed faintly, a reminder that the day's adventure was real. Outside, the ordinary suburban street looked different. The streetlight wasn't just a streetlight. It was a guardian keeping the dark at bay. The neighbor's garden wasn't just flowers. It was someone's labor of love, each bloom chosen and tended with care. A movement caught Jordan's eye. There on the windowsill sat a butterfly with matte-painted wings. It rested for just a moment, wings catching the moonlight before dancing away into the night. A message, maybe. A reminder. A promise that magic was everywhere, waiting to be noticed. Jordan smiled, already planning tomorrow's visit to the Whispering Woods. But first, there was a whole ordinary day to appreciate. Breakfast to thank Mom for, teachers to really listen to, friends to notice and value. The heart of gratitude beat steadily, seeing the special in everything. The woods would be there whenever they were needed. But the real magic, Jordan now understood, was learning to see the magic that had been there all along, in every ordinary, special, grateful moment of every single day. Outside, very faintly, came the sound of an enchanted forest singing with joy, growing stronger with every grateful heart that learned to truly see.